Alrighty, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome back everybody to one more Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer Open Plus invitational part of the tournament. More like a qualification, I guess. Either way, the race begins in less than 30 seconds, and as usual the goal is to get all 7 crystals. Then complete Ganon's tower, defeat Ganon, get all the items to do all these things as necessary. And yeah, today I'm actually gonna start at Link's house because the last few days have been a bit awkward. Also, we're gonna begin in just a few seconds. Hang on. 2, 1, go. The last few days have been a little bit awkward for the purposes of me getting started with the usual start, so I'm just going to take a more casual-ish approach, you could say. So we pick up this sign here, and this sign here allows us to defeat one of these blue guards in one hit rather than 3 bush attacks. Small magic doesn't really mean anything. Let's check the 3 pull. Single rupees, not really useful. But we do get the information, plus we do get 2 guaranteed items right here, and a tiny bit of magic refill. So here we get another piece of heart, that is number 2. And let's see what else we get over here. If I get a hammer or a sword, we immediately go into Hyrule Castle, I think. It's 1 enemy kill. Nothing of the like. So, now we go here. That's a small key, that's actually quite interesting. Because this means the front of Hyrule Castle is in fact accessible by logic. So we have 1 enemy kill, we need 3 more in order to get a different 3 pull than what we got until now. But we also can check the bushcraft for bombs or money. Single rupees again, not terribly useful unfortunately. These guys didn't drop me anything yet. That is kill number 2. Kill number 3 coming up right here. And number 4 right here. I was kind of hoping that the pickles would drop me something so I would get an idea of what item drop pool they have, but didn't happen. There's an armor upgrade. I would like to have it, but it's definitely not mandatory, so I'm gonna mark it off the map as something I don't need. Alrighty, and there I got hit intentionally, as weird as that might sound. Because now the 3 pull is 4 or more enemy kills and getting hit. And there is a different 3 pull available if you kill 4 or more enemies and you have never gotten hit by any enemy. The reason why I like to check this 3 pull is because I'm not checking all 3 anyways. And this one is the most common one that we will encounter throughout our journey, and we did in fact get bombs out of it, so that's convenient. So basically, whenever I come near a pullable object, the short version is I can just go ahead and pull on it, and then we'll get bombs. Pretty much all the time, outside of unusual circumstances. Welcome to you, Balakar. Thank you for the good luck, I will definitely need it. So here we get 20 rupees, so we have enough to buy more bombs if desirable. A boomerang, a red one actually, in fact. That is also heart piece number 3. 1 more will give us a refill. We also get a sword, which allows us to do more efficient enemy defeating without any trouble, so that means we don't need nearly as many bombs if we were to go to Mini Moldrum Cave, so that's convenient. We need... actually, if we just picked up all the rupees here, we will have exactly enough for... silver arrows, okay, that's nice. We will have exactly enough for the bottle vendor. Okay, we have a little bit more than that. There's a book here, and powder. Alright. So I could consider not going for the bottle vendor here, because I am now very short on terms of getting more bombs, but considering I do have a sword, and this is potentially the last bomb we need for this area here, we're fine. Actually, we just got enough money for bombs anyways, so I'm just gonna go ahead and buy more bombs. That way we are not gonna run out anytime soon. There's basically just no triple available along the way, so I couldn't easily refill. There we go, 10 bombs, and this has a set for the early game. It was possible that the next few chests would have just more bombs along the way, but never count on it. Here is that number 4. Now we go ahead and check the racing minigame and such. And kind of like usual, in this mode here we do not have actual boots, these are pseudo boots, which means while we can dash around and even spin speed, everything else that is associated with the boots we cannot do, so I couldn't get the item off the library there, even if I wanted to. Alright, this is a pretty meager start so far. We do have a book to get into Desert Palace if you wanted to, let's see. So that's a thing, I guess. Also, Eastern Palace is a pendant, so I don't mind too much dipping into it, because, well, without the bow that is, because I don't have the bow, so I can't complete it, and that is perfectly fine. Well, let's see what else we get here at the dam. And Vitorp! Thank you for the raid into the host, I appreciate it. And welcome everybody, I hope you're doing well. Hello. Welcome to Zelda Link to the Past ladder race, where I'm trying to do well. Emphasis on trying. And thank you for the good luck. You're going to deal with the bunnies? Okay. Best of luck to you. Don't get eaten. And once again, thank you for the raid and the host. Alrighty, picking up the bomb before the screen transition because it gives you still plenty of time and you save a little bit of time for the bomb timer explosion. Speaking of which, we have plenty of bombs to do this. And the mini-moldums actually are cooperating very nicely too. Get a hook shot along the way. More rupees, very handy. A lamp. Another sword. Jeez, that's a lot of things. A lamp, so Acronym is actually logically available already. That's very interesting. And a lot of money on top of it. Sora is not logically available, and with pseudo boots you can't do the water walk, so I'm not gonna worry about it. The only time I'm staying here is if we get flippers or boots. Oh, there's a glove. The glove is interesting. We already got the small key from Hyrule Castle here. And now with the lamp, we can actually just straight up check out the other room chest if we want to. Maybe I should, because I'm not gonna really get much of a better opportunity anyways. Because I don't... otherwise the alternative would be death warping, but this one here will risk me going to a chest. Oh, no. There is gonna be an item in this chest. We also get a bow. Now I'm less inclined to go Eastern Palace. Because now I can clear Eastern Palace. Which I probably would want to do if I go in there. Since we did get the bow and the lamp for that matter. So we're gonna stay with the eastern area for now. Save and quit from here, pretty much no matter what. 20 rupees, that is fine. Give me a second. Alrighty, the drop for stuns is a heart. That's often convenient. So here we go. Going up that mountain. I was considering briefly going to the front of Hyrule Castle next, or even Desert Palace, but Desert Palace can be boots locked. Actually, you know what? Checking whether Desert Palace is boots locked could be quite important, so I should do that sooner rather than later. Because boots can be in many places. It's just 20 rupees. We have plenty of rupees at this point, so that's convenient. I'm not gonna do the bomb trick here for climbing the ladder faster. Because, well, we don't have that many bombs right now. 20 rupee or a heart piece up there. There's a bottle in here, that could be important. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. The bottle does in fact unlock another item. Is why I want to grab it. Let's see whether we can get a quick setup. There we go. Checking the remainder of the side. By the way, if you ever fall down there and fail the bomb jump, it is faster to save and quit from that position than it is to restart on the mountain than it is to actually run outside. So I always recommend saving and quitting if you fall down there, unless you want the ferry. Actually, even if you do want the ferry, just go and grab it and then save and quit, I suppose. So we need a moon pearl and a hammer or another glove. There's a flute. Okay, now desert is gonna be more easily accessible. But beyond that, not that interesting, I guess. There's an armor upgrade, so we never need the other one. And a mirror. So Tower of Hera is now entirely available. I always like having an early armor upgrade in this setup. The mirror definitely helps as well. 5 rupees up there, we do not need those. So we go in here and check, and afterwards I think we just clear Tower of Hera. We have all the tools we need in order to clear it decently quickly, and there could be an important item in there. The alternative is going to Desert next for the boots information. Yeah, nothing here. Plus we did get a book for checking out Ether Tablet as well, so that's gonna be effectively my more immediate concern, since it is a crystal dungeon that I can clear. It has 2 items on it, and while it could be more efficient to clear later, frequently enough, you may want to do it immediately yourself, especially since this is a 5-6 crystal. Right, checking the map here, don't forget. Okay, that's very interesting. We do not need the Ice Rod this seed. In fact, we don't even technically necessarily need the flute. And we get another piece of heart. That is number 8. We do not need that compass. If there's something in the basement, I think we always go and grab it. So we do a little trick called hair pot, basically clipping slightly further into the pot, which allows us to more easily access the top of the tower by effectively clipping into the pot that you can drop from the very top of the tower into the fairy pot, which normally gives you a convenient warp back. But in this case, that's not how it works. Also, they slightly misplaced the moon pearl here, it looks like. So we do have now access to running around in the Dark World. That is 1 out of 2 unique items in this dungeon. But we don't have yet Dark World access, well, unless we want to go and defeat Ganon, which is always a possibility. Nice. I'm just playing it safe with these guys. Alright, 5-6 complete. The other 5-6 was Thieves' Town, so that's kind of an easy target. Okay, next goal is gonna be Desert, checking whether his boot's locked. Then we go Eastern area. Now the big question will be is whether, if I'm going into Hyrule Castle, will I immediately climb Aghanims Tower? Because at that point, if we don't have a Dark World access via another glove or a hammer, chances are decent, but there would still be Zora left, as well as the bottle kit. Those 2 locations would remain untouched as of then. Although this seed is not terribly bomb friendly. I'm running low on again. Yeah, bow is not progressive in this ladder setting. That is indeed accurate. More arrows, that's kind of cute. I could consider going to buy... Oh my dinkus, I have a flute. Wow, that's unnecessarily slow. Yikes. Oh, that's so unnecessary. I was so preoccupied with the thought of where I want to go next that I completely forgot to activate the flute and actually flute places for more efficiency. Whoops. Big whoops. There's a big key. Alright, so this is not in fact boots locked for clearing the dungeon. It could still be boots locked by logic if this... Okay, it is actually boots locked by logic. Because there's a small key on the torch there. So, as a matter of fact... just do it. I was just kind of contemplating whether I should do this right here or not. As in, just go and defeat the boss. Because the boss could have an important item. But it's not in logic yet until I find the boots. So it's entirely possible that this is just going to be a long way around to beat the boss that I really don't need to yet. And it's just kind of less efficient. Because if I already have the flute, you need Titansmiths in order to beat the game in this mode every time. There's no way around it, so we will get those. So we would be able to get back to the backside of this slightly more efficiently later. Guaranteed. But, possibly, let's say Eastern Palace has like the boots, and that would mean that there could be an important item on the boss. It could also mean that it just would be on the right side of Desert, and... well... then we would potentially have to come back here anyways. But that would be almost certainly one of the last resorts, since we would likely just check everything else. Alright. And it's just a piece of heart. At least we now know we have the second item here. There's just one item remaining. And we'll likely not come back for this one anytime soon. Let's see. Pedestal is incredibly unlikely, all things considered. In fact, we don't even technically need the King of Samaria in order to win the game, at least not from the current outset, as it looks. So now I'm not forgetting to activate the flute. And while activating the flute, I'm also going to go ahead and visit Sick Kid. Because we are right here anyways. So with the flute, I think we just check everything anyways. Maybe I should go to Zora now, rather than later. Because that would give me more information what I need out of Easton. And we could potentially dip out of it earlier if Zora has basically nothing. Alright. Thank you for the piece of heart. Zora? Yeah, we have plenty of money. Let's go, Zora. I messed up, that's fine. Let's do the good old setup. Also briefly gonna go ahead and check what's on Lake Highway Island. I'm not gonna go for Hobo. Technically possible that he would have like a hammer or glove that is locked behind Agonim's tower, but the chances of that are minuscule. But always possible. Somebody might be able to skip Aghanim, but chances are pretty high that instead they are gonna lose a bunch of time instead. So, we are swimming in here, but because we have the Moon Pearl for some reason, then we are walking afterwards, so we can now go. Check this out here. Check what we have in the well. Ferry, that's actually quite nice, and bombs are also quite nice. So, nothing important, all things considered, but now we can water walk, which is quicker to get to Zora. Check out what's on the ledge over there. There is just a bunch of arrows. We do not need those. And this means we have checked the entirety of the Zora area. So we save and quit from here. Oh. And we're not gonna worry about going to Eastern Palace directly. We're gonna go via the Dark World. Are we gonna go Dark World right now? In that direction? I think we do. Alright, the Zora was actually the play. So Eastern Palace could still have important items for all we know. But for now we have access to a ton of locations. I'm not gonna worry too much about them. I always like checking Hype Cave first, even though it often doesn't have anything useful anymore. It's still a lot of locations very close together, so chances are decent that it in fact has something. And here we have a fire rod that is in fact required. Actually, I think we just need flippers and titansmiths for go mode at this point. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. I'm actually not gonna go to Pyramid. Almost always I will go to Pyramid whenever I'm going over to Palace of Darkness with this route. But in this case I'm gonna actually not do that. The reason is quite simple. I only need 2 items for go mode. And later on I will be able to do Pyramid Ferry if we need more items via the medium of clearing Thieves Town first, which is another required dungeon soon. Enough Burna and some more health. That's nice. So we check those as well. I'm not gonna dip into Eastern Palace. We're just gonna clear Palace of Darkness and then move on, so to speak. I do have a fairy. I want to keep that in mind. I want to potentially release the fairy and buy a blue potion, depending on whether we find another empty bottle sometime or not. Oh, this is interesting. We actually don't even need to worry about any medallions. Also, don't dash there, that's slower. There's one item out of this dungeon, and this is actually bow locked right now. Good morning and welcome. You know, I should have probably kept that health. Oh my goodness. I'm so not used to having Zelda boots. Keep forgetting that I can't bonk these walls open without having the proper boots. Right, these on the right side here are gonna be guaranteed at least one small key. And another item. Okay, all the other items here in the front will actually now be small keys. Guaranteed, because they have to be at least 4 small keys for things to work out in the front. Which is why I mirrored there, to grab all of them immediately. Since I will have to mirror anyways for most of these locations. We did already get... Yeah, basically we need to check out all locations here anyways. We do want to have the big key as well. I want that heart. Alright, we do have enough money, probably. Yeah, I think we paid for all the important stuff, so we just dash through the center here. Grab a tiny bit more money, just in case we need those for potions. There is another item on this dungeon here. We do have 3 small keys, which actually does mean that logically this thing here, well, can be a not small key. In fact, it is not a small key in this case. We'd get another sword right here. Is nice, because now I don't need to worry too much about my magic or blue potion. Because with Master Sword I always want to have extra magic. But when we have Tempered Sword, it's not as important. There's the big key, we kinda need that to clear the dungeon. And this is one of the reasons why, if we need to clear this dungeon anyways, even if you don't have the bow yet to fully clear it, you still need to find the big key, so double dipping Palace of Darkness is often not that big of a deal. Alright, we did get a Quake medallion. I hope we won't need it, but who knows. And good morning to you as well. Welcome, I hope you're doing well. So, it's always possible that we still may need the... Come on. Oh my goodness. It's always possible that we still may need the... King of Samaria to clear Ganon's Tower, because 5 chests on the east side of Ganon's Tower are locked by King of Samaria. But we'll worry about that when we get to that point. Ah, messed up. You kind of want to keep your health here, because the sword beam is convenient to activate the next switch. This way now I will have to actually switch to another item and then switch back after using the hammer. Alright, so far there was nothing of particular note in this dungeon, but again, we need to clear it anyways for the purposes of getting into Ganon's tower eventually. Right. We do actually have a very convenient tool here for this next room. And that is the Cane of Burma. As this allows us to open up this thing here more efficiently and dash through the turtles. Now, the hammer actually deals the same damage as the tempered sword. So, tempered sword is much easier to hit enemy with than the hammer. And now we want to switch over to mirror. Mirror away, flute over to Skullwoods basically. Do we check the pedestal? I guess flippers could be on the pedestal technically. But the chances are, well, not that high. Especially considering we don't have the tools to check the other dungeons. We're gonna ignore Eastern Palace here for now. But maybe I should check the pedestal anyways. While we're at it. We can do this after clearing Skullwoods, since that's kind of slightly more efficient than me running up here just now. Although running up here is actually also kind of decently fast. Would be interesting to find the flippers before we find the other required item. Also, you always check this chest here. Because this is slightly more efficient than checking the maze chest at the back. And we'll have to check that one anyways. That's alright. But more small keys. I think we do kill the mummy in this case. Well, I guess it depends. If the back chest here, the maze chest has an item. We're not gonna worry about killing the mummy, or do we? Well, Mothula never has a key aside from a big key, I guess. Who knows? I don't know. Let's over to the mirror. It's a small key, so we don't need to kill the key mummy. Anyways, we have one more to work with, which is sufficient. I missed. Alrighty. Moving on. Nothing we particularly need. We'll have to backtrack through Skullwoods anyways. We don't worry about things either, but we wanna select the mirror after we defeat Mothula. That was a friendly Mothula. Very friendly Mothula. Alright, there's still 2 items in Skullwoods, but we do briefly check the pedestal. It's unlikely, but always possible for there to be a necessary item on there. And the only... Well, yeah, the only necessary item that could be in there is flippers, but there's still that possibility. And if the flippers are there, that is actually very important information. In fact, it's even... Well, not necessarily in this case, but often it is important information to know that the item you're looking for is not here. Because then you don't have to second guess yourself whether you just go ahead and try to defeat a pendant dungeon boss just for the pendant itself, because there's really not many locations left. This seed has given us a lot of items so far, but these last few are always going to be the trickiest because there's so many locations to yet check. Are we going to worry about the graveyard ledge? I kinda don't want to. But we're going to check it. I'm not gonna go to Catfish. We can do Catfish after the Dark World tour. Okay, there's the last Smoky. There are 2 items remaining in this dungeon here that have yet to be accounted for. And there's the big key. Alright, do we have 2 chests? And the big chest. 2 small chests and the big chest. There's 1 item right here. And let's see whether this is gonna be the second item. It is in fact. Alright. And it's a bug net, which is not that necessary this time around because I already have a fairy and I don't plan on using it. But it's always possible that I get forced to use it because I'm a Dumbo and misplay or something. By the way, if you have powder, you can actually powder dash through bushes. And if you powder a bush, for anybody who may not know, powdering a bush turns the bush into a potential fairy bush, which means it's a 1 in 8 chance to give you a heart and, well, or a fairy. And actually we have to go the long way around, I just realized. Oops. So if you dash with the powder stretched out, if you will, you actually turn every bush into a potential fairy bush, and if you dash through a bunch of bushes with oh, flippers. You can almost certainly get a fairy. Okay, no, literally Titansmiths, and I'm just gonna go through. So that's fascinating. Always the possibility that we still need Kino Samaria. Not terribly unlikely either. But now it's on for the hunt for Titansmiths. And hunting Titansmiths is actually not too terribly bad, because... come on. Really? Come on, game. Hunting Titansmiths is not too terribly bad, because there's not that many locations where they can be to begin with. And rupees. And another 100 rupees. The 100 rupees, the first one was actually random. That's reasonably lucky if you get that one. The second one was, well, the actual prize from the thing here. There's the big key that we need to clear the dungeon. I mean, from here on out, our route is pretty straightforward. We're gonna do a short dash towards Swamp Palace, and from there, we still don't have the thing. We go ahead and... check Pyramid Fairy, and up to Catfish. And after that we have basically checked out almost everything along the way. Assuming we don't already find it before that. But I don't know that. There is 1 item from this dungeon here. And I think I got a map or a compass? I don't remember. Don't tell me, by the way. No helping allowed. That's Mothicide? I don't know. Does that exist? Let's see once we get this one. Nope. If you get the pixel perfect approach, you can dash all the way through the room, although you also need to get lucky for that to work out. Ah. Failed diagonal input. Alright, yeah, we just check out every single chest in here. Will I check that? Let's... hypothetically speaking, with my brain. Will I check every chest, even if I get Titan Smiths in the next one? Because Kino Samaria could still be required. I think the answer is yes, in this case. Keeping in mind that, technically, the boots are also required in order to beat the game. There's actually more like a 6 in 22 chance that we are not in go mode after finding the Titan Smiths. Which is like 4. It's decently likely, in fact. So I do want to go slightly out of my way to open up the variety of chests along the way, I think. Mushroom, mushroom, butter. I don't know why that sticks with me for so long. Such an old meme. Ow. You're not the only one who has stuck the song in your head. Yeah, I believe it. I was so confused when I first learned about that one. Just like, okay. And the point is, maybe I just don't understand enough English to understand what it means. Nope, that's just how it is. Alrighty, we quick track down to Swamp Palace, I guess. Do we do Bombas tablet before or after? Oh my god. Do we do Bombas tablet before or after? Oh, we have powder. We're gonna go powder later. This is fine. Right. Just a piece of that. Before or after swamp, as I wanna say. Do I full clear swamp? Like, let's say if there's 1 item on the left side swamp, I think I'm gonna skip it, but if there's 2 items on the left side swamp, will I go back in? I feel like my route has been efficient enough that I should probably just fully check swamp, no matter what. So maybe I'm immediately going to go left side. There's still a bunch of stuff left afterwards. That's kind of one of these awkward decisions where do you do the thing because you have so many other things to check still that are decently efficient anyways. As such, I think I'm gonna go Bombas Tablet first, just to give me a slightly better chance of not having to worry about left side swamp. Then again, it's always the worry that I may need some Ari anyways. Or boots even. That's also possible. Alright, can you hop into the water with the bomb? The big red bomb? And check Hobo along the way? I don't think I can. I guess we can check it out on the way back. No idea. That's okay. The answer to your question is one of yes or no. I do believe that is in fact accurate. In fact, just kind of to reiterate, please if you do know the answer to the question, don't tell me. No help allowed. Hey Krepsik, welcome. How are you doing today? I forgot this side of hammer, so slightly less efficient dash down here. Elden Ring is not finished for good, no, but these races here happen at scheduled times, and I need to get 10 in order to potentially qualify for the thing. And this is only number 6, so I have 4 more, and I just kinda don't know whether I will be able to catch many of the other ones. You're doing fine? That's nice. You bought that Ukrainian Humble Bundle, there's so many games. It's crazy, I agree. I need to check that out again. Okay, do we go left side? I think I'm gonna go left side. Just because Samaria is a concern. Then again, we haven't gotten... where's the big key? Yeah. Okay, we go left side. Whatever. Probably a bit of a time loss. Especially if the thing is in the back. But coming back in here, if there's 2 items, is even slower. Oh, I need bombs with this. No! How did I mess that up? Could you guys please get out of here? Thank you. Alright, there we go. Now I'm starting to get worried because I only have 5 bombs remaining. Because for some reason... I always get the bomb placement, that's fine, but for some reason, whenever I do the bomb thing, I tend to mess up the hold down right part of the deal. Oh, I think I know why. I get a different alignment for jumping into water, don't I? So my water pixel is slightly off and less lenient. Oh, that actually makes sense. Oof, please don't be map. Just like, if map and compass are left side, then... okay, at least it's not a map. Then that would have been really awkward. We don't have the big key yet though, so I just hope there's a map in the big chest and then I'll have to come back in. And if we do come back in, well, I guess not much to say about that, so we just do. Oops. Alright. Oh, there's the title of it. No, I could have just gone to the back. Oh, that stinks. Still checking. Well, at least I know the boots and Samaria are not in here. Yikes. I was so strongly considering just going to the back first. But most of the time, it's not the way to go. It was the safe play, it is. It still technically is. Again, there's a decent chance that we are not done yet. Although chances are higher that we are in fact done. Ah, almost. Wait, I have... I have silver arrows. Do we flute from here? Or dash? I think fluting is faster. Hindsight is 2020 and we all know 2020 how 2020 was. Yeah. Maybe. I'm very torn on whether this is faster than just running over here. I need to time that sometime. Oh, come on. Do we check stuff along the way? Do we? We check the ones that are exactly on the way, I guess. Oh, come on. But what about the Pingator chest? That's kind of sort of mostly on the way. What about the freezer room? That is also very on the way. I'm so torn. I guess I'm just doing this because muscle memory. There's a big key. Somebody who is just going straight for the assumption that, hey, we are in go mode, and doesn't check anything. Actually, that's gonna work out most of the time. You know what? I'm not gonna check anything else anymore. I'm done with playing safe. Oh, that magic. Kinda want those bombs too, but yeah, a bit late for that. Oh my goodness. Been a while, but this should be fine. Just don't mess up the rest of the room. Also, this is one of the few times we're going to the left immediately, check the torch, actually is a valid strategy. I could check the big chest, but I'm not gonna. And one bomb. Ooh. Do we need any? We do need a few. I should try to grab a few along the way, up the mountain. We do check the super bunny chest because they're literally right there. Come on, one more. A bit awkward, but we got it. Item? Nope, no item for me. This could be a really stupid fast time, by the way, for this scene. But it really depends on what comes next. Could have been even like 2 minutes faster. Or 3 if I didn't play as safe. But I also got really lucky with my early routing, so I think it's still a decent chance to win. Maybe in the previous races I always said that I feel like my opponent is favored to win. Maybe the one where I feel like I have a decent chance to win is the one where I'm not gonna. But who knows, that's just kind of how I feel about it. I was slightly inefficient in a variety of ways. Like forgetting to activate the flute initially and then just running to desert at the beginning. Alright, we do open up these two chests. No real reason not to, I would say. Oops. Well, we find the boots. And some more bombs. So the chest count lowered from 6 to 5, the ones that we cannot access. That's interesting that the boots are here, because they are logically required to beat the seed for Desert Palace. Basically, if the big key was on the torch, I would have immediately had to head out of Ganon's tower and start searching the land. Because it would not be inside Ganon's tower, it could be literally anywhere else. Except the right side desert, I suppose. Alright, we can actually not go right side Ganon's tower even if we wanted to, unless kind of Samaria happens to be right here. Which it always can be, I guess. That's actually a good point. King of Samaria can be in here. Nothing was locked by King of Samaria. So, consequently, if the big key is actually right... Well, actually... No, that doesn't change anything. I'm still gonna check out all the chests. I was about to say, then we should just continue searching inside Ganon's tower, but there's nothing gonna be left. So I'm just looking for... Ganon's tower things. Not a useful thought at all. 50 rupees. What was logically boots locked? There's a palace, because the small key was on the torch, but practically you don't need the small key to finish the dungeon. But logic does account for you stealing the small key from the back and opening up the door on the right side. So you cannot lock yourself out because, well, the logic accounts for that, so it needs to give you the boots before having to clear Desert Palace in that situation. Oops. Clockwise. Oh, this was fine. Alright, we are actually official in Go mode now. Makes sense, indeed. We do have a ferry, so I can be reasonably aggressive, but not too much so, I guess. Oh, come on. Mess that up. I still don't want to use the ferry, both because I want to keep my safety, and the animation is kind of slow. Stun drop is hard. Oh. Hello and welcome. Alright, this is enough hearts. Back to try and kill us efficiently. I was so close by getting hit by that laser there. Missed. But I got a backup. Very nice. I'm not heartless. Oh, this room is gonna be awkward. Yeah, I messed up. I'm so not used to doing this room without a Kingdom of Mario. I have no idea how. I think this is fine, probably, to do this. Lamp. Come on. I should have maybe just taken a drop there. Food box is empty. Oh no. Emergency for the rabbit. Food box is empty. Oh no. I do have powder, but I don't think I have enough magic for it. What? What? Still counted. We do have a fairy. I was really confused there. What? I still haven't practiced this strategy here, so I'm not gonna do the fancy one here. New tech, bomb tech. Maybe. Alright, those I don't have. Wow. Messed up again. Come on, I don't want to use the fairy. Sheesh. Four. Five. My goodness. Thanks. That was horrible. Holy cow. That was terrible. It's been a while since I played this badly on this fight. Then again, it's kind of been a while since I've played outside of races. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just use it. A bit of lag, but no fairy animation. Alright. Get rid of the bomb, so it's better for quick swapping to arrows. Okay. No! Throttle! Ah, got a fairy. But this could have been such a good fight here. I didn't realize he would stay at the bottom. Alright, of the 32 races, none actually have finished yet. No. And done. I'm the first one actually. So this basically guarantees that I win this particular race against whoever my opponent might be. GG! That was a ridiculously fast one. Holy cow. And we won with a time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, 49 seconds against 3 Zap Thief. I have to admit, I'd never heard of them. But, whew, I got really lucky. Especially with just finding those flippers before... Actually, no, you couldn't find the Titansmiths beforehand. Thank you for the GGs. I appreciate it. I think this is the first time I've ever finished, actually, a ladder race before anyone else, like literally anyone else. Because in order for that to happen, you need to have the fastest seat and you need to actually win. That's very unusual. Alrighty. GG. Did not even need the Dark World maps that I opened up. So, let's see. I think the biggest mistake was forgetting that I had Flute and I ran all the way to Desert Palace instead of just activating it. Aside from that, basically every decision, aside from, I guess, left side swamp, just worked out really well. It's decently lucky that we didn't need Kino Samaria because I would have no idea where it is, but at the same time there's plenty of places to look, I suppose. So yeah, I feel like this seat more or less just kind of routed itself for the way I play. And hey, real hide, or hate. You just tuned in and that finished. Unlucky, but congrats. Thank you. Yeah, this was a ridiculously fast seat. This is, I think, a new personal best for ever finishing a randomizer seat. Could have been a few seconds faster, but I take it. I think my previous best was like 1 hour 7 minutes. So that's a thing. Alrighty. Yeah, actually, this was played a lot cleaner than previous seats at the very least, both routing and execution-wise. Still a few stumbles, but mostly quite fine. PP always feels great. Well, in this case, I dare to say it's one of these where, I mean, if you PB in randomizer, you must get ridiculously lucky, like both in routing and getting a proper seat. So to me it's just like, whatever. But it's a fun statistic to keep. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a short break, everybody. So please do enjoy the credits. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, for lurking for people on YouTube's and the highlights. I hope you had a good time. We're gonna continue with Elden Ring in a few minutes. I actually have to restart the stream for that because I have to go back down to 720p. So after this here is done, I'm gonna cut stream, start again. I'm probably going to take a short break. Be right back.